Burning Question, presented by Nissan Magnite, powered by Amity University and Century Ply.
Shinde camp versus Uddhav camp fight continues. Uddhav Thackeray meets his party. He's been authorized to take action. The Shinde camp says they won't float a new party, says they have no reason to exit Shiv Sena. Disqualification notice sent to 16 Shinde camp MLAs after Deputy Speaker rejects the no-confidence motion against him. Shinde camp sources tell Republic that Eknath Shinde is weighing legal options in regard to the show cause notice. Also gets in touch with the BJP leader. Teesta Setalwar detained. She's been taken to Ahmedabad. The FIR says she tutored Zakia Jafri. After almost 2 decades, the Home Minister Amit Shah speaks out in 2002 and what happened after that. That interview coming up at 9 p.m. Thank you for joining us on The Burning Question. It's been a day packed with meetings and a secret meeting. The meeting is when Uddhav Thackeray met his party leaders, or whatever is left of the Shiv Sena at the Sena Bhavan. He met them, they authorized him, they passed a few resolutions. He can now take any decisions against the Shinde camp. And as we get you the details of who said what, there are also details trickling in of the Shinde camp getting in touch with some leaders of the BJP. They could be looking to make a move. Here's the action so far.
The National Executive of the Shiv Sena passed 6 resolutions amid the political turmoil in the party due to the rebellion led by Eknath Shinde. The Uddhav Thackeray faction has warned the Shinde camp against using the name of his father and Sena founder Bala Saheb Thackeray.
उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेटमेंट दिया है, अगर जो छोड़कर गए हैं वो लोग शिवसेना का नाम से भीख मत मांगे, और अगर वोट मांगते हैं तो अपने खुद के बाप के नाम पर मांगे। शिवसेना के बाप, हमारे बाप उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे के नाम पर मत मांगने का आपको अधिकार नहीं, आप अपने बाप के नाम से वोट मांग सकते हैं।
Shiv Sena also stated that strict action will be taken against the rebel MLAs and those who use Bala Saheb's name.
Because it's very important to know what exactly has been said in the meeting, because we heard that Uddhav Thackeray has clearly said nobody can use Shiv Sena or a Bala Saheb Thackeray name. There are even more statements that has been coming in, and of course it will be shared by the Chief Minister office, the entire link of the meeting. What we saw of the 16-second chunk, we saw that where Uddhav Thackeray has clearly stated that nobody can use Shiv Sena or Uddhav Thackeray name.
The National Executive also authorized Uddhav Thackeray to take all decisions related to the party, including action against rebels. The Shiv Sena has already filed a petition seeking disqualification of 16 rebel MLAs. But the Shinde camp MLAs claim 2/3 majority.
15 days is mentioned. 15 days period is for us to ask for exemption. For us it is 15 days. After that the question arises. You take a meeting, next day you disqualify, then you go to the speaker, within 2 days he gives you your notice. You have read the act, what it says. Even if I am absent from the house or I do something, I have 15 days time. If I am absent, within 15 days I will have to apply. But here the question is not there. Assembly is not in force. So for what disqualification?
Uddhav Thackeray, who had tested positive for COVID-19 on Wednesday, had addressed the Shiv Sena cadre twice on Friday, in which he said he was ready to quit the post of Shiv Sena president if the workers feel he was not capable of running the party effectively. So will he? Let's debate.
And introducing our panelists this evening on the burning question, let's introduce Sujata Pandey, a political analyst joining us on the show, Ramneek Mann, political analyst, Professor Sangeet Ragi, political analyst, Naveen Chomal, lawyer, versus Ravi Srivastava, who's a political analyst, Chandrasekhar Jha of the Shiv Sena, Kapil Madan, advocate, political analyst, and Anirban Banerjee, political analyst. Very happy to note that Shiv Sena is the only party on the show this evening. That's very encouraging. Okay, all right. So Chandrasekhar Jha, and you can start off, Professor Sangeet Ragi. Now you've heard all sides, right? Now, irrespective of what happens, irrespective of the protests, the comments, the claims, it comes down to the numbers. The numbers are still on the side of Eknath Shinde. He's got 38 of his own from the Shiv Sena, and then he's got 12 more independents, right? Now, independents don't matter right now, but the 38 matter. Is it advantage Shinde this evening? Sangeet Ragi can start off and Chandrasekhar Jha can respond.
Speaking Niranjan, Shiv Sena Shinde group, I would call it, has the advantage, and I think that the letter which has been used by the Deputy Speaker violates all sense of the constitutional norms, because the majority lies with the Shiv Sena Shinde group. Second point, the kind of the outburst in terms of the language that has come from Sanjay Raut and also by Uddhav Thackeray is something which is demeaning the stature of Shiv Sena chief, the founder Balasaheb Thackeray itself. Because, Shiv Sena is not just like any other regional party. It is a party which has ideological foundation. The foundation was rooted in the ideology of Hindutva. The Shiv Sena under Uddhav Thackeray has compromised on the core principles of Hindutva, and never in the dream Shiv Sena, the Hindu Hriday Samrat Balasaheb Thackeray had assumed that the Shiv Sainik or the party as such would be sharing power with the Congress party. And remember that when the first breakup took place in Shiv Sena, it was engineered by Sharad Pawar. So in the entire game, I think that it is also a kind of engineering that has been done by Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar visualize the politics of Maharashtra in the sense
can I just interrupt you there?
If Shiv
Sangeet
Sena
Ragi ji,
and BJP combination
Professor Sangeet
continues,
Ragi,
there will be no political space for NCP to come into power.
Professor Sangeet Ragi, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Shiv Sena had to
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? Okay, so that's the BJP news conference on Teesta Setalvad. The full interview of Home Minister Amit Shah is at 9 p.m. where he speaks out for the first time after 2 decades on the 2002 case. Okay, let's go back to the debate on Maharashtra. And I interrupted Sangeet Ragi. Sangeet Ragi, let me get in a response to what you were saying, and then we'll take this forward. Chandrasekhar Jha, the numbers are not with you. So technically, if these 38 MLAs, or 2/3 of them, right, the party goes to them, or they claim stake of the legislature party, what happens next?
First thing I want to tell you that there cannot be any claim on the party. Second thing is that, very important is that 16 MLAs have been disqualified.
They haven't been disqualified, notices have been sent, I think.
And
Just notice.
yes, notice has been sent, and it is a process which will take place within.
No, the Deputy Speaker doesn't have right to disqualify them when the majority is with Shinde group.
As a matter of fact, Ragi Sahab, even the gentleman on the other side does not have any right to comment on national television that 16 MLAs have been disqualified. You have to put forward the facts as they are.
They haven't been disqualified. Only notices have been sent.
Yeah,
Yes.
nobody is disqualified.
Only notices has been sent.
Yes, it takes almost 2-3 months.
Only
Yeah,
notices
you are
have been
speaking as
sent,
if
but
it's a
it has been-
conclusive. It is done and dusted.
It's not. It's a procedure.
Please choose your words wisely, sir.
I have told that it's a procedure which will take place. The deputy speaker will have to call them on the floor, and then it will be resolved by the deputy speaker. Now the thing is that very interesting fact is that Mr. Eknath Shinde is in touch with BJP leaders. Now this process which the BJP has taken up against the Shiv Sena is now coming out in public that they are helping them out. And it's a conspiracy and it's an operation of Black Lotus against the Shiv Sena government.
That has been reported. Even we reported that, but they've made it public. So what's the rocket science there? I think they've made it public. Sujata, yes, they've made it public. And then Kapil Madan can come in, ally of the Shiv Sena. Yes.
I don't understand this. You know, on every channel, for every question, they have this logic that BJP is behind this. Did BJP ask you to go away from your ideology? Did BJP ask you to go against the public mandate? Did BJP ask you to create an extortion racket using the police? Did BJP ask you to not to talk to your own MLAs and shut doors on them? Did BJP ask you to not to go to the CM's office for 2.5 years and work from home, being completely away from the grassroots sentiments of the Shiv Sena? So what is this BJP? BJP is behind this BJP. It's time that you start looking into your own Gireban and see what has gone wrong.
It is clear now. It is clear
now. The fact
now.
is, Niranjan, that people of Maharashtra have been facing administrative issues. People have been seeing the political crisis, and now we are very scared that we are going to soon witness a law and order situation. That is the question here.
You will kidnap the MLAs and keep them at Surat. And in Guwahati and then in
Serious
Goa.
kidnap charge. One minute. Serious kidnap charge.
Say that it's not an
No,
operation.
one minute. I'm a little confused. Sujata, I'm a little confused. He says kidnap. 1 minute. I'm a little confused. First of all, I'm a little confused. Wait. Let me speak. Let me get all the panelists in. He says kidnapped. They seem very happy. They've sent signatures. They're singing songs each time somebody enters the hotel. You have disowned them. And now you're saying they're kidnapped. Little confused, Chandrasekhar. Kapil Madan maybe will... Kapil Madan...
And Niranjan, they are giving interviews to Republic TV, but they are not talking to Uddhav Thackeray or any of these representatives.
They sent a letter, I think.
What kind of lame logic is this? I think Shiv Sena is very short of good spokesperson and representatives.
What logic? What you people are doing here?
They are short of leaders and they are short of the spokesperson also. Get someone better.
I think he's called my name, madam. I think my name is
Kapil. Okay, I'll get Kapil and then Ramnik Man. Yeah, Kapil.
So Niranjan, Ramnik ji has said, and very rightly he said that we should be very careful in choosing our word. And when a gentleman mentioned about disqualification, Ramnik ji said that there is no disqualification as of now, and only the notices have been issued. Well, he is absolutely right when he says so. Ultimately, whether they are disqualified or not, the process will take its own course and a decision will come. Now, at the same time, by the same logic, Ramni cannot say that Uddhav Thackeray does not have the number or Shinde doesn't have the number, because you don't decide it. Neither Republic doesn't decide this, neither
I can only go by signatures.
Decide it. So no, you cannot.
Do you know the numbers?
No, let me tell you. In fact, I also don't know. You also don't know. That's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Where the number will be decided. Let me tell you, Niranjan. Let me tell you,
only the emotional
Madam.
Okay, Sujata, let him complete.
Allow me to make my point.
Okay, Sujata, give him 30 seconds. Yeah, okay.
Allow me to make my point.
You have the signatures.
Now, let me tell you, there have been cases in the past decided by the Honorable Supreme Court where the court has noted that in this kind of a circumstances, signatures of a few individuals were also forged. So all I am saying is whatever the numbers are, I mean, I cannot say the number, you cannot say the number, Ramnik ji cannot say the number. Ultimately,
I can. I will.
you have
Okay,
to go to the
I'll
floor
tell you
of the
what I will
House
go by.
and number will be decided at that point in time.
Question.
उसके अलावा
No,
सब
you ask
entertainment
Ramnik
है.
Man, okay.
अभी
I'll tell you what I will
entertainment
go by.
चल रहा है. 20 है, 22 है.
Okay, I will tell you. I'll tell you what I will go by. I will tell you. No, I want to bring in Ramnik Man. I'll get in Ramnik Man. What I will go by is right above your head, your frame. You will see the videos from the Radisson Blu in Guwahati. At the Radisson Blu in Guwahati, at the Radisson Blu in Guwahati, there was a head count done with pictures, videos, and signatures of 38 Shiv Sena MLAs and 12 independents, which amounts to 50 MLAs with Eknath Shinde. Okay, that's the number that I'm going by. I'm not going by. Okay, look at that video.
Why don't they claim that they have majority now? And
they've already claimed. No. Which channel are you watching? Which channel are you watching? They already claimed majority.
Let me
Ramnik Man.
Are they coming?
My name is
for a
Ramnik
floor
Man,
test?
sir.
No, they're
Sir,
not.
you've mentioned
It
my name.
hasn't
Let
reached
me
that
complete.
stage.
Thank you.
Ramnik Man.
Okay. Now, Niranjan, see, I'll tell you the problem with this gentleman here is that he does not understand the difference between the two Shiv Senas. There is one Shiv Sena which is recognized constitutionally inside the assembly. There is another Shiv Sena which is outside the assembly. The Shiv Sena which is outside the assembly is in a minority. The people who have numbers, and of course, whenever the time and opportunity comes, they will display their strength and they've already put forward their signatures. The magic number in Maharashtra Assembly is 114, and they clearly have 50 people on their side, including the 12 independents. So the Shiv Sena outside is in a minority as of now. So what you also need to understand is the target is not forming the government. Let me tell you this very categorically. The government of Maharashtra is done and dusted, it's finished. The very signal which is coming out of Uddhav Thackeray's camp is when he leaves the chief minister's residence. You know, the residence he operated from 2.5 years. He never visited the Mantralaya, he never visited the chief minister's office. जिस घर से काम चलाया वो घर छोड़ दिया तो पता लग गया कि मुख्यमंत्री अब इस बात को मान चुके हैं, they've lost the majority. The only thing they're trying to do is they salvage and prevent the Shiv Sena symbol and the Shiv Sena party slipping out of their hands. And I believe, in my personal opinion, that the Shinde camp will eventually speak on the ideology and the name of Shiv Sena. It will be something like what happened in Tamil Nadu. People will not be able to use this bow and arrow, and it will be something like which happened in Punjab. There is Akali Dal Badal, there is Akali Dal Amritsar, there are several factions of Akali Dal. The original Akali Dal is not existent. So the Shiv Sena, as we see today, will eventually fall. And we will have Shiv Sena, Balasaheb Thackeray or whatever. The only hue and cry Sanjay Raut is making is only about the name.
You are the decider of the Shiv Sena.
You are the chief of the Shiv Sena.
You decide the fate of the Shiv Sena. What kind of language is there?
It is the bitter truth.
What kind of language is there?
Okay, let's take 1 minute. Ramnik. Not needed. 1 minute. Okay. Stay calm. All of you, please stay calm. It's not needed. Stay calm. You can debate calmly. Okay. There's no need for this. Okay.
So they
No,
are
it's a
not
question
trying
of the
to
party.
save the
If
government.
anybody believes that this kind of thing will
They are
happen,
trying
we will see to it. We'll see to it. We'll see to
They are trying to
it.
save the BMC. That is what their next target is. They know the government is gone. They are in acceptance. Both Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad
Everything
Pawar,
is
they are in
fallen.
acceptance.
Everything is
that
fallen.
the
You
government is
people have
gone.
decided everything. You people are the fate of the Shiv Sena.
Boss.
Or what? What are you
It is
speaking?
done and
So
dusted.
why is
Finished.
Uddhav Thackeray
Khatam,
calling
khalas,
for the
game over.
disqualification of the MLAs
Okay, let me-
and not showing
Okay, let me get in now. Naveen Chomal hasn't spoken. 1 minute. Naveen Chomal and... One minute. You don't have to speak over each other. You can calm down.
What signature they have gone to
1 minute.
or what? What are you speaking? What signatures?
Okay. Calmly. Chandrasekhar ji, calmly. Ramnik, calm down. Ramnik, calm down. Ramnik, calm. Hold on.
I am calm.
Yes.
I am calm.
Yeah, you are calm.
I am
Just take it easy. You know, we've had violence and vandalism in Mumbai today. We can take it easy. Yeah, I'm letting you. Naveen Chomal and Ravi Srivastav. Okay, Ravi Srivastav can come in. Okay, Ravi Srivastav, you want to make a point.
Violence is a weak man's resort.
No.
When you resort to
Okay,
violence,
let's
that
calm down.
proves that
Nobody
you are
wants
weak.
violence. Yes, Ravi Srivastav and Naveen Chomal. Yes, Ravi Srivastav first and then
What Mr. Ramnik Man is talking is all farce. Somebody cannot dictate any terms 2,600 kilometers away. This is all bogus. Whatever Uddhav Thackeray has said, you first come down here. I want to ask the gentleman who was talking about core Hindutva. What
Who
is
is
core
Uddhav Thackeray
Hindutva?
to summon
What is
them?
that? Ajahn,
What right does Uddhav Thackeray has to summon them?
That is a core Hindutva.
It is the speaker who can
There
ask.
is no Hindutva.
It is the governor who can ask for a floor test.
Proprietary of the BJP.
You try and save a speaker first. There will be no confidence against your speaker. I'm telling you the first thing that will happen.
Yes, Chomal, let Mr. Ravi speak. After Mr. Ravi speaks, 30 seconds.
Letter given by Eknath Shinde is not acknowledged neither by Deputy Speaker nor by Governor, anyone. That whatever Uddhav Thackeray
Matter of
has given
time.
will be only acted
Matter of
upon.
time, Srivastava
Because he
sir.
is
Matter
the
of
president
time.
of the Shiv Sena. You are that those people, they are only buying money bags and they are under threat from the ED.
Have you seen? Are you a witness to it?
Please shut up.
Have you seen that happen?
17 people.
Are you a witness, Srivastava sir? आपके सामने हुआ क्या?
Have you Bombay now?
आपने देखा क्या? Have you seen?
Coming to Bombay.
Naveen Chomal, what are you saying? Yeah, okay.
They have been into shady deals.
Okay. Naveen Chomal, quickly, yes.
As a lawyer, I speak that what we do in mathematics, how we solve the problems, like we solve the brackets.
You hear him now. Ravi Srivastava, you hear him now.
Making money.
Okay, you hear him now.
In these cases, floor test is the most important thing. You have to prove your strength on the floor. So now Shinde Pension has got more numbers. Around
1 minute. Are you saying? Okay, Ravi Srivastava. Okay, let's assume.
So Ravi Srivastava,
No, 1 minute. Sujata, 1 minute.
What
Sujata.
is stopping?
No, 1 minute.
What is stopping Uddhav
No.
Thackeray to prove his
Can I
numbers?
ask him a question? 1 minute.
I have just this question and just ask him.
I just want to ask Ravi Srivastava a question.
What is stopping him to do a Facebook live showing his strength?
No, wait.
What is stopping him to show his numbers? Why is he asking for disqualification of the MLAs? Why? Because he doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have the moral right to be the CM. He was against the mandate. He was not the CM elected by the people of Maharashtra.
See, I'll tell you. I think Sujata.
And now time has come when he doesn't have the numbers. He's clinging to the chair.
I think okay, don't speak over each other. Sujata and Ravi, 1 minute. Don't speak over each other. See, don't speak over each other. No, 1 minute.
No court will acknowledge it, I can tell you for sure.
Okay. Let's 1 minute. Chomal.
You can be sure of it.
Okay, don't speak over each other. Okay, can we have 1 versus 1, please? Can we have 1 versus 1? Naveen Chomal and Anirban.
We'll give a hit to it.
Let me get Naveen Chomal and Anirban 1-on-1. Yeah. Naveen Chomal and Anirban. Yeah. Sujata, let Naveen speak. Poor guy hasn't spoken. Naveen Chomal.
You are making
on the floor of the house, let the Shiv Sena party prove its majority. Ultimately, Shinde camp has got 40 MLAs with them. So let them come on the floor. Let the deputy speaker call the protest. Let them decide who's got the party. And ultimately, when they've got more than 37 MLA, Uddhav Thackeray cannot disqualify them as per the anti-defection law. So ultimately, as per the law, let them be on the floor. So you cannot disqualify them on the whims and caprices of the party leader Uddhav Thackeray just because they didn't attend his meeting. It is ultimately what they do in the House Assembly that is more important.
Yes,
so if they do anything against the whip in the House, then they
Chomal, let him respond.
disqualified, not
Naveen Chomal,
otherwise.
let him respond. Anirban.
Yes, he's very right. On one hand, there is law, legality, and on the other hand, there is the question of political ethics and morality. Right now, what we are seeing in Assam, one huge
you
part.
got the votes on BJP's
Wait,
name.
sir, wait.
You joined Congress.
Wait,
Let him
sir,
speak.
wait.
Chomal,
Don't be
wait.
so
Give him 30
uncouth.
seconds.
Don't
Give
be
him
so
30
uncouth.
Give him 30 seconds.
Give me some time. When one part of Assam is flooded, people are dead.
Forget that.
The
Forget
BJP
that.
Chief
That is none of your
Minister
business.
Himanta
That is
Biswa
none of your
Sharma
business.
is
That
there.
is none of your
They are
business.
attending
Don't
the
digress.
defecting MLA
Don't
of
digress.
Shiv Sena. This is the
That
way
is
the
none of your
BJP
business.
government in functioning
That
is
is
in
none of-
Assam.
And
Is
I
Mr.
can show you
Himanta
what.
Biswa Sharma
Okay, 1 minute.
janitor of
Naveen
the
Chomal.
organization? From where are crores of money coming in to keep up these MLAs in Radisson Blue or whatever it is in Guwahati?
Niranjan, may I show you
Reported
what?
in newspapers that
Bharat
more than
Bhattacharya
1 crore
said.
rupees has been
No, I think 1 minute. Let me get in. Sangeet Ragi smiling. Okay, let me get in Sangeet
The
Ragi.
BJP is simply trying to
Okay.
buy off
more, sir?
trying to buy off these MLAs. That is the
What troubles
Okay,
you more?
let's for a minute. Let's 1 minute. Ravin Chamal, 1 minute. Let's for a minute assume. Let me get Sangeet Ragi. Sangeet Ragi and Chandrasekhar Jha, one-on-one. Okay, Sangeet Ragi and Chandrasekhar Jha, one-on-one. Okay, let's assume for a minute. Okay, let's assume that Anirban and Chandrasekhar are very serious. Anirban and Chandrasekhar and what Ravi Srivastava also said are very serious. Okay, Sangeet Ragi. Now, by their logic, all these 38 MLAs or 50 MLAs have been bought. Okay, all of them have been bought. And how much are you alleging they've been paid? Chandrasekhar, do you have a figure? What is your allegation? Is there an allegation? I mean,
Anirban. Might be in crores.
Okay, how many crores?
Might be in crores.
Are you saying 38? No, 1 minute.
Niranjan, I am smiling.
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm just. That's why.
We have seen.
That's why I'm asking. I'm asking you, Sangeet Ragi. Is it possible that two-thirds of the party, is it possible that two-thirds of the party is sold out? Is it possible? I'm saying. By his logic. I'm not saying that. He's saying that. Ravi Srivastava said that, but you can go on and Chandrasekhar Jha will respond. Yeah.
Niranjan, if you look at the territorial, representation of the rebels, you will be finding from Konkan area, Aurangabad, Satara, and almost all districts. It is not that it is located in one part of Maharashtra. Number one. Number two. Two-thirds MLAs cannot be bought. Third. I was smiling, Niranjan, that how, Ravi Srivastava was quoting that what are the core principle of Hindutva. The core principle of Hindutva has been diluted in the sense, now look, Ravi Srivastava is coming forward to defend Shiv Sena. Because Ravi Srivastava
on the right,
closer to Aam Aadmi Party.
Chandrasekhar, I'll give Chandrasekhar Jha also a chance to respond. Yes, I'll let you respond.
NCP is coming to defend Shiv Sena. The Shiv Sena was competent to defend itself, Ravi Srivastava. All your life you have been accusing Shiv Sena of, as a communal force. No, but now you are coming for the rescue of the Shiv Sena simply because you want to accuse BJP of purchasing this. Remember, why they are not going to Maharashtra? Because they know it very well. They know that the police under...
Okay, I'm getting in some breaking news right now. 1 minute. I'm getting in some breaking news.
To any extent.
1 minute. Let me get all the panelists on the screen. I'm getting in some breaking news right now. Ravi Srivastava, you'll find this interesting. Ravi Srivastava, you'll find this interesting. No, you'll find this interesting. Hear me out. Don't speak over each other. I have a good bit of breaking news. No.
The Chief Minister.
Hear me out. Ravi Srivastava, this is breaking news, not debate. 1 minute. I want to give you some news. Listen to the news, Ravi Srivastava, and then you can debate.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. You hear me out. I'm trying to give you. Okay. Ravi Srivastava, I'm trying to give you breaking news. Breaking news now coming in. We have our reporters in the location where Aditya Thackeray is present right now. And he's with the Shiv Sena supporters and workers somewhere here in South Mumbai. Okay. There's a very interesting sound clip that is coming. Our crews are there. They've just sent a sound bite. Can I just play that? And let me speak over it, okay? He has just said, this is Bhaskar Jadhav, one of the MLAs who's still with the Uddhav Thackeray camp, has just said on stage, it's time to get all our Shiv Sainik cadre back. I repeat, Bhaskar Jadhav, who one of the Shiv Sena MLAs, who has been saying, he was on Republic as well, he said that we should bring everyone back, it's time that everyone comes back, and we should forgive everyone, we should be, we should fight as one, has once again said on stage that it's time to get all our old Shiv Sainik cadre back. Now, can I play that soundbite, please? And then, let's take this debate forward. Let's play that soundbite. Very interesting soundbite. The audio isn't very clear, but the translation that Sanjay Pathak from our coordination team has sent is that, Bhaskar Jadhav has just said on stage that all of them must come back. Is there a possibility that after all of this the doors will still be open. Chandrasekhar Jha, and let Ramneek Man come in or Sujata can come in.
Please, may I come in? One sentence only. See, the difference between the two groups is Adaniya Balasaheb Thackeray and Janab Bal Thackeray. That is the whole difference.
No. Let's not make any. Okay, 1 minute. Don't make any. No. Pull back. No. Mr. Chomal, 1 minute. Don't make any inflammatory comments. Don't do that. Sujata Pandey. No. Not required. Sujata Pandey. Okay, let Chandrasekhar Jha respond.
Don't do it.
Chandrasekhar Jha is coming in and then Sujata Pandey. Yes, Chandrasekhar. Is it a possibility? My question was, is it a possibility that the doors are still open after all this?
The factum remains in this situation is that we have given ultimatum, we have given every time, we have opened our doors, we have given them every possibility, reasons to come down to Maharashtra and have a talk. But in any interest of theirs, they are not coming to Maharashtra or going to sit with our party's chief, and they are just sitting in Guwahati and giving Twitters and giving emails and giving paginations that these kind of signatures we have attained from 38 MLAs or 30 MLAs. These things will not help them out. They have become traitors right now. They are traitors for the party.
Okay, it's over now here. Over here, Niranjan. I think he's spelled it out. They have become traitors now. Whereas the party member is still there. A lot of party members who still feel that since they know the fact that Uddhav Sena doesn't have the numbers, they would need these MLAs to save the government.
What Uddhav Sena? Again you are telling, what is Uddhav Sena? It is Shiv Sena. We are Shiv Senics. Don't explain it this thing. No, please don't do it. Shiv Sena is Shiv Sena. We are not calling anybody's name dog or cat. Please.
Okay, calm down. 1 minute. Let's come back to the debate. 1 minute. Let's come back to the debate. No, 1 minute. Come back to the debate. Sujata, come on. Sujata, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute.
Don't explain Uddhav Sena.
Just 1 minute, please. Can we focus on the subject? You know, I have so many questions.
Sujata,
1 minute. Sujata, 1 minute.
Okay.
No, don't.
You know, okay. Can we come back to the subject?
This kind of speeches.
Okay, 1 minute. Come back to the subject. 1 minute, Sujata, 1 minute. No, Sujata, come back to the subject. No. Come back to the subject.
What you are
Come back to the subject. 1 minute. Come back to the subject. It's not needed.
Don't
come back
do
to the subject.
Don't do it.
Chandrasekhar Jha, calm down. Come back to the subject. All of you, come back. What was my question? 1 minute. Hold on. See, you know, Chandrasekhar Jha, one of the MLAs, and I'll let Ramneek Man come on the other side. Okay. Let me ask this question to Ramneek Man, and Kapil Madan can also come in, right? Kapil Madan and Chandrasekhar Jha. Now, these MLAs of the Shinde camp are saying that on one hand you called us saying come back and speak to us, but then our offices are being targeted and we are also worried about whether we will be targeted if we come back. Now, is that the right thing to do? That's another question. That's a valid question. I think Kapil Madan, you want to come in on that, and I'll let Ramneek Man speak. Yeah.
Well, yes. Niranjan, I think there should not be any kind of violence in any kind of a situation, because ultimately what is happening? Ultimately, we need to follow the democratic process as provided by the Constitution. Whether the numbers are with the Shinde camp or whether the number are with the Thackeray camp, it will be decided on the floor of the House. But I agree with you, Niranjan, if some party workers have done any kind of violence, if they've crossed any kind of limit, and I'm sure and hopeful that the action will be taken against them, and there should not be any attempt to promote any such kind of violence, because ultimately you need to ensure that the public faith in the system, in the Constitution, in the democracy needs to be protected at all the cost.
Okay, Ramneek.
Okay. So the first thing, when the MVA was formed, Mahavikas Aghadi, it was breach of faith of the public to begin with, number one. Number two, violence is the weapon of the weak. So that is again a display. One, betrayal of trust. Second, weakness. Third. Now, what is more interesting here is, Niranjan, that there is a question of leadership of Uddhav Thackeray. There is a couplet that says, "Tu yahan wahan ki baat na kar, ye bata ke karwan kyun luta? Hame rehzanon se gila nahi, teri rehbari ka sawal hai." Rehbari is leadership. So यहाँ पे अभी the Shiv Sena leader with you, he just lost his cool on
but you
television.
know, Ramnik, one interesting
No, my
point he made
point, Niranjan,
yesterday.
is-
One interesting point. Sorry, you can continue. I just want to make a point. He made a very interesting point yesterday in his speech. He said, okay, you wanted to go with the BJP, fine. You can go ahead. All right. He said, you guys want to ally, you can ally. But he said, I will not because they have targeted my family and me personally. He said that. He said, I will not because they have targeted my family and me personally. Right? If not for that, now what that also indicated is that maybe the doors would have opened had it not been this bitter. Ramnik, I'll give you 30 seconds and I'll let Chandrasekhar Jha respond.
Coming back to your original question, Niranjan, whether they will be taken back or not. The gentleman from the Shiv Sena on your debate has said they are traitors. So would you take back traitors? Or would you expect traitors to come back? Now, the initial argument I started with was, there are two Shiv Senas, one which is constitutionally recognized inside the assembly. They have more than 2/3 majority in their favor. So as far as the constitution, the legislature or the law is concerned, they are the real Shiv Sena. Okay, outside, the organizational structure or the party structure is controlled or possibly, has a weaker grip over the party right now.
You will write the new constitution.
So this will eventually, like there is a property dispute between two brothers, this will eventually go to the courts. And I'm telling you, sir, mark my words, you will lose the bow and arrow symbol. Nobody will have this, and you will be equivalent to Raj Thakre's.
Yes, you will write a new constitution.
You will be equivalent to Manse.
You have written a new constitution which does not oblige parties.
Oh, sir, this is the fact. Can you not see the writing on the wall?
Yes, this is the fact, and this is the law which you will establish in constitution books.
He has more than 2/3 majority. Anti-defection will not work.
38 MLAs you are telling. Let them come to Maharashtra. Let them come to Maharashtra.
Notices to
Let them come to Maharashtra. Why they are not coming to Maharashtra?
They have legal recourse. Everybody has a legal
that
recourse.
only.
The
Why
only
they are sitting
problem
in
with Shiv Sena,
Guwahati? And eventually we should tell them that all over India we have organizations. Those organizations, total complete supporters will go now to Guwahati. And what will they do?
Only they have. Everybody has a legal recourse. You don't have a political recourse right now. आपके पास आपकी जो options है बहुत सीमित है. Uddhav Thackeray is like
what political
the
recourse
king
I
on the
don't
chessboard. He is in a check.
Okay, I have an interesting bit of a breaking news update coming in, and I'll end on that note. Interesting breaking news update coming in, and I'll end on that note. I've just been told, Piyush Mishra breaking the story from Guwahati, that the booking at the Radisson Blu Hotel has been extended for 2 more days. That is till the 30th of June. Earlier rooms were booked till the 28th. The story continues.
Who is paying the bills?
Story continues. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us on The Burning Question. Thank you. The story continues. Thank you very much.
Thank you.